We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the Washington Commanders and the Dallas Cowboys. The fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round. We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. Wishing he had a mulligan. That's not how you want to start the game.
Not at all, because not only do you give up the penalty and good field position, but it just kills the momentum of your team as you start a game.
The middle. Here's Elliott. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage. So timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Inside give to Elliott. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. He stayed afloat for a second there after the first wave of contact, but that was going nowhere.
Yeah, what did he tell us in pregame? I just don't want to get my feet stopped initially when I'm trying to make a run. That's exactly what happened there. Unfortunately, as you noted, got away a little bit from the first one, but the wave swarmed him under.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Again, it's Elliott.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
The Commanders bringing out the nickel package on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs. It gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up. There you go.
A first down carry by Elliott. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third. Prescott now. Catch is made. It's Schultz on the out route. And I don't think he got there. No. He's short by maybe a foot. Maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
That's caught again by Schultz. Touchdown, Cowboys! Dalton Schultz, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys are on the board first here in this division round matchup. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards. And boy, did he come through, pulling his way into the end zone with a nice catch.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken at the goal line. And he's going to be brought down inside the 5 at the 3.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big first down to get away from the end zone. The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's 2nd down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance. That first touchdown given up.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And we often talk about defensive ends setting the edge, sometimes even the outside linebackers. But how about here? This is a quarterback essentially setting the edge and finishing off that play for a loss.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And that's incomplete.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a game.
2nd and 5 now. Prescott tosses the out route here to Gallup. He's got room past the 30, and he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first. A handoff left, Elliott. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big game.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he carries this one past the midfield stripe and into Commander territory. 43 yards on the ground for him so far. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. We'll see how this one continues.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. They're going to look to throw. Back to Gibson and another catch for him. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
2nd quarter action, 2 minutes to go on Divisional Round Weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful Divisional Round Weekend. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Gibson here running out of the gun. And taken down just shy of the 40.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
Second and 6. That's out to the flat for Gibson. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. And able to find Alan Lazard. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Got a man, it's Darren Waller. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A very solid gain of 27.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now a play fake here on first down. Buying time to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Got a man, that's Lazard. Touchdown, Washington. Alan Lazard, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Commanders are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they'll have a little bit of time to work with. 35 seconds until the break. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Play action now. Prescott. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Prescott. Steps away to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. It'll go in the books as a sack and a loss of a yard. But more importantly, it leads to 4th down. On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away. This first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. This is fielded at the 7. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Play action. They'll throw. Throwing it Terry McLaurin's way again, and he's got it. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. They'll throw now on the final play. Gets this to Waller on the crossing route. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 26. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And CD, we are in for a very intriguing second half. This is what we wanted, all tied. This is what postseason football is all about.
It certainly is. And doesn't it speak to the parity in the NFL? Roughly half the teams that made the playoffs the year before miss the next year, get replaced. We know it's an any given Sunday mentality. Nothing's easy in the playoffs, but when you have your shot, they're eager to seize it.
They go play action here on 1st down. That's going to be caught downfield by Lazard. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 36. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. That's going to be caught downfield by McLaurin. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Back to throw again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Darren Waller, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Commanders have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Now Joey Slye for the point after. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Commanders 14, Cowboys 7.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. about set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. But Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Micah Parsons, the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards. They'll look to throw. Oh, looking for Waller, but this is intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. But, Charles, I know you appreciate seeing this great defense, especially with the heightened intensity of the postseason. These two defenses, they have risen to the occasion to force back-to-back interceptions.
You know me well, Brandon. I always stand with my fellow defenders. And I love watching them make plays, and you nailed it. It's playoff time. This is when it matters most. Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Prescott. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. And, of course, that's not an easy man to sack. You know how elusive he can be trying to get outside of the pocket. That was a great play on the defensive side.
And I wonder what was going through his mind, because he didn't seem as committed to using his legs to pick up yardage. He wanted to keep that play alive, so either take off and go or throw it away. But he held on to the football and ended up getting sacked.
Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. And the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back. Back to throw. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. For the defense, they were all over that. As soon as that ball was in the air, it was dangerous. Not only was it intercepted, CD, but they return it for the touchdown.
Yeah, and he read that the entire way. He was reacting before other players had a chance to react themselves. The determination said this just won't be a play. It's going to be 6 points as he takes it the other way to the end zone.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Back to throw here. Over the middle, he gets it to Gibson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He'll get this to Lazard. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll make it second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5. At the 31-yard line.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That one good for 26 and a first down.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On the counter, Gibson. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Going down the... Oh, no, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
They start on the ground with Elliott. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. 58 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
That looked like a 2-deep coverage, which we call cover 2. And what that really means is you have corners, what we call rolled up in about a 5-yard area on the outside receivers. Then your safeties are back closer to the hash marks near the middle of the field, somewhere around 10 to 12 yards back. So if you can break through the first level, you've got a chance to run before you encounter any type of resistance from the safeties.
We saw the example of it right there. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Elliott. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
I think they get this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They keep on the ground with Elliott.